Hi, my name is Katrina Milton. I'm a reporter with the Daily Chronicle, and I am here with Bill McMahon. So it's nice to see you today, Bill.
Hello. It's good
And
to be here. Thank you for having
yeah,
me.
and what do you do, Bill? Who are you, and what do you do?
I am Bill McMahon from the Lincoln Inn restaurant in downtown DeKalb. I'm a restaurateur. I've been doing it for 25, 26 years now.
And where are
Um,
you located? What's your address?
you know, Downtown DeKalb, we have actually two locations. One is the Lincoln Inn restaurant in downtown DeKalb, which is where many people know me from. We're located at 240 East Lincoln Highway, right on the main drag. I used to always tell people, if you know where Eduardo's is, you know where O'Leary's is, we're in the block right smack dab in the middle there on the south side of the street, 240 East Lincoln Highway. Where I'm speaking from you now is actually our banquet center. So we have a banquet center that we've been doing for about 7 years. Faranda's Banquet Center. It's located at 302 Grove Street in downtown DeKalb.
And what do you do at both restaurants? So how are they different? What are each?
Okay, the Lincoln Inn restaurant is the downtown DeKalb family restaurant, independently owned and operated. It's kind of like the staple in every the Midwestern downtown is every restaurant, every downtown has one. We are the place that's family owned. If you come to the Lincoln Inn sometime, you'll see not only myself there, but you'll see I have six kids all together, and sometimes you'll see three, four, five, or six McMahons working at one given time. It's a breakfast and lunch place. So you can come into the Lincoln Inn. Why would you come to the Lincoln Inn? We bake our breads fresh there. We get to know your name and just a little bit about you there. Um, so that's what the Lincoln Inn is. It's eggs, omelets, homemade soups, biscuits and gravy, tuna melt kind of a thing. That's what we're known for. Faranda's is a banquet center. Faranda's is a place where maybe Shaw would hold their holiday party for 100, 200 people. The YMCA has their community awards night here where they have 250 to 300 people come in for high-end events, meetings. You can have your weddings, receptions here, business meetings and whatnot like that. Faranda's is, used to be more of a place where you wouldn't come unless you had an invitation to come. We would open up for Mother's Day brunches, and we would open up for Easter brunch. That would be when the public would come, and then we would do some Friday night dinners here. Now, since the shutdown, actually, Faranda's is the place where you can come any day of the week.
Oh. And how is it different now with the shutdown and the coronavirus pandemic? How have things changed?
Oh, very much so. So March 16th, when our last day in the dining room at the Lincoln Inn, and that's actually the last day when this shutdown came. I just thought about things and I prayed about things and I thought, what are we going to do? I know that we're allowed to be open for pickup service and carry out service, but I didn't think it would quite work so well being landlocked in downtown DeKalb. And
And
then
you're
I
on
just
Lincoln
was
Highway, so it's probably
yeah,
difficult.
we're on Lincoln Highway. I mean, if you're going to pull up there to get your eggs and omelets and hash browns and toast, it's going to be hard because you're still on a main drag. But then the epiphany just came to me is that, through the years of working at the Lincoln Inn, and I've been involved with Rotary and so many of these drive-through dinners where you drive through the parking lot someplace and pick up your pork chop dinners and you go from there. I thought, you know what, we could do that from Faranda's, from the banquet center. So we've lost all of our dining room business, and actually we haven't cooked anything at the Lincoln Inn since May 16th, and we've been doing everything from the banquet center. So we're using the banquet center kitchen, which we normally do for large batch cooking. We've been doing all of our catering from here, and we've done drive-through dinners. So we started off in the beginning with just we're going to streamline things and make it simple, and it's going to be drive-through dinners. The community's been great, and like I just said, if you want to come on Mondays, we're going to do. I'm sorry, on Tuesdays we're going to do our home-style pot roast, and that's what we're doing tonight. And everybody came through and they got pot roast. And on Wednesdays, everybody's going to come through from 4:30 to 6:30. They're going to give us a call, and they're going to do the fried chicken. So everybody bought fried chicken, and on Thursdays it was roast turkey. So things are definitely different in that we streamlined operations. And in the beginning, we were just doing 4:30 to 6:30 for dinner pickups, and but now, I mean, this is our new existence. We've actually said, okay, let's start doing some of the Lincoln Inn meals from Faranda's. So now, if you called up, every day we are actually operating now just Tuesday through Saturday, and we're doing the Lincoln Inn menu. I call it the Lincoln Inn to go menu, and it's eggs, omelets, some of the favorites from the Lincoln Inn, skillets, half sandwiches and soups that you can get from here, 9 o'clock till 1 o'clock. And then we kind of shut down from 1 o'clock until 4:30, and then we do the drive-through dinner service. Along with, if somebody called tonight and said, you know what, Bill, I'd like to have a tuna melt at 5 o'clock tonight. Can I pick it up? We'd say sure. So things are definitely different. We don't have our dining. Obviously, we don't have our dining room customers, um, and we've changed our menu to try and streamline things because the volume that we did do before is we're running at a fraction of it. So I want to keep things fresh, and I want to be as profitable as possible. So we've kind of like cut out some of the things in our menu, and
And
we
still have some
just
of those favorites, like you mentioned, omelets and pot
yeah
roast, things that
yeah.
are family favorites. Everybody loves them, and that's why they come and visit your restaurant. So, and um, how has it been different doing a to-go order instead of having people inside of your restaurant? Because normally you see people, you chat with them, you ask them how their day has been, but seeing each other in a car isn't really the same thing. So has it been a little bit difficult not seeing your favorite local customers in the same way? Or just a hi, nice to see you when they drive away. What are some of the things that you're losing by having a to go instead of seeing them every day, for that cup of coffee, a slice of pie? Um, what's different about the to go or
Oh,
the drive through instead of eat in?
it is very different. It's because one of the things that I've been blessed with and I love about my job is that I can be in my office and do some computer work. I can work on catering list. I can work on payroll. I can work on soup in the kitchen. But every now and then, when I just want to, I take off my apron. I go out in the front and I pour a cup of coffee for myself. But I get to go around the dining room and I get to stop at your table, Katrina, and just, hey, how you doing? Things going? Oh, it's good to see you. And then if I see Kathleen Robinson is here. Oh, Kathleen, how are you doing? Is the chicken rice soup today good for you? So I miss that and tremendously. I miss
The
that
social
interaction
interaction, yeah.
very
And
much
that's
so.
why people go to family restaurants. They expect that
They
this
do.
chatting with the waitress and the booths and sitting there and the whole atmosphere. And I think that kind of is lost with all
It is.
closures at the time.
It is lost. I mean, you had a canned answer all lined up for you in terms of what is the Lincoln Inn. The Lincoln Inn really is about the customers. It is about I've been there for 26 years, but even longer than I've been there, I've got a table of guys. They sit at table 33 in the restaurant, and it's Cliff Seldell, and it's Bob Ikey, and it's Chuck Shepard, and it's Jerry Sanderson, and all these guys come in every morning and they drink coffee and they grouse about the same things. And I say that they're solving the world's problems. They give me grief for whatever they can give me grief for. I miss that tremendously. So, and you don't, in the beginning when this shutdown happened, I was like, wow, I wonder how Cliff is doing. I wonder how, Roger, who comes sit at the counter every day, I wonder how he's doing.
Because you
And
don't see them. They're not
I don't
around.
so what we started doing is we started calling customers. We have a database. We have the Lincoln Inn's reward system. So like, not only do I know, oh, Katrina's here, I know your phone number. So we started calling, and I told my managers here, Anthony and Shannon and Valerie, I says we're going to call some of our customers that we
The
miss because we
regulars.
were
Mhm.
yeah, these people are part of our lives, and it was awkward. We called and it was they're like, why are you calling me, Bill? And I'm like, just to say hi. It was strange.
Did I do something
Um,
wrong?
yeah, like, what do you want, Bill? But I mean, truly, we do miss these people, and I think that's why I thought, there's got to be a way that we can reach out to these people and stay connected. I would like to know, how are you doing? Are you feeling okay? Is your family doing okay? And we need to know these things, because we would get to know that with the little coffee service when I go around your table.
Just the
So
check-ins and the hellos and the whole
exactly,
community
exactly.
aspect of being a restaurant.
And that's what we miss. I miss that tremendous, and I think my staff misses it too. These drive-through dinners. I'm so blessed and fortunate that we've kept all the full timers doing something. We would like to do more, but we're all still doing something here. And but like some of the full timers, they get to go in the front door and take the customer's order, and some of them are at the back door putting the meals to the car. And I think that we just need that interaction.
With people.
So that's good.
And do you think
Hmm.
this is sometimes the only time people are out of their house? There's getting a meal, going back home, just that getting out of the house experience so that, you know,
So yeah,
people
I
aren't
think
shopping as much and just gets them out of the house. Let's take a drive. Let's go grab some food.
I know it is, and you could tell, like because some people they're in a hurry, they're on a mission. Okay, get them their food, and no,
Go home.
not much small talk. But other people, the whole ordering process is it's a much it's a 6-7 minute process now, because I talked to a lady this morning, and so we have an online ordering system now. We didn't notice that the order was in the queue, and so the car pulled up and they wanted their food. But then I felt so bad because we weren't Johnny on the spot ready to go. But it didn't matter because the lady was, we had a good 7-minute conversation about what we missed the most, and the library's closed, and how are our families doing and things like that. So I think, yes, on a customer like that, we need the interaction.
The socialization aspect that's just
We do.
missing.
We do. Yeah.
And does that kind of go along with the idea of a family restaurant, that it's the good food, the good socialization, seeing friends,
Yeah.
seeing, people might not see you if not at the restaurant, if they're not seeing the friends that they normally see, or like every Tuesday you meet up with, an old high school friend, or your bridge club, or, people have those traditions that they're not doing anymore. So it's a way to get that food and, have some of those memories that they always
And
have.
it's we definitely, as restaurateurs and wait staff people and cooks, we love that business. I think by naturally we're extroverts, but we have some customers. I'm thinking of Kevin Hickey and his family. They would come in every Sunday and have after Sunday masses, and I would just tease Kevin because he was in the he worked with Roger Scott, the sheriff, for many years. But it takes him a half hour to leave the restaurant because he stops and he talks to 4 or 5 different tables. And I'm like, geez, Kevin, you know more people here than I do. But, we just all know each other. And I think that's part of what the Lincoln Inn is about, too. It's about, if you come in, not only will you see, Bill and his family that have been there for 26 years, and Davey, some of the cooks that have been there for 20 plus years, and Joanne, who has been a wait staff person for years and years and years, but you're going to see the familiar customers, too, that, and the banter that goes on amongst the customers.
And is that why you started the customer appreciation snack pack dinners on Mondays? Is it just to see some of those people and give back to them in some way?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I would like to say I was really smart, and yeah, that's why I started it. But the answer is like I have no idea. Like what I was just racking my brains. I'm thinking like I miss our customers, and I feel bad because when I call Katrina or I call Cliff, I feel like he wants to come in, because what would happen is we'd call someone and they would come in and buy a meal to go. And that wasn't what the call was about. The call was really, truly, I'm just checking in because I would see you every day. You're a part of my life. And then, so that was on my mind. I almost didn't want to call customers because I felt like I was asking for them to, why are you not here? Why are you not buying food? That was one thing. Another thing that happened is we live in a great community. A lot of people have been very kind and generous. And so when the shutdown came, people were slipping money to me and my staff. And not a $5 tip. We're talking maybe $100, $50, big, a decent amount of money. And so this money went into an envelope. I mean, literally, I opened the mail the other day and I got a check. I got
You're
a check for
surprised.
$100 from customers that come in every Friday to Lincoln Inn. They sit at table 24, and they wrote me a check, and it just says, "I hope that this helps." And it was a check for $100. So I was getting these kind of monies, and I wasn't sure how I should spend this money. On Saturday, Shannon, the lady that's here, she just said, "Bill, somebody at the drive-thru wants to talk to you." I went out and I talked to this man, and he said, "You always let me park behind the restaurant with my wife. She's handicapped. This has helped tremendously." And then he slipped something in my hand. He says, "I'm paying for my parking now," and it was $100. So I had this money that I didn't know quite how to do to spend it. I wanted to contact my customers. I wanted to say thanks for them for being supportive, being flexible. And so what we did the first week, and I thought this was going to be a one and done kind of a deal. I just said, on Monday, we're buying your food. So we're gonna when we put it out there on social media, and we just said, please come by Monday. We're gonna buy you in a little Italian beef snack pack. It's not much, but we're gonna give it to you. And so what happened that first Monday that came through, we did about 120 Italian beef little snack packs from 4:30 to 5:30, and we had people come through on Monday and they picked them up. And it was great. We got my kitchen staff got to cook, which we love cooking. We got a little bit of socialization. We got a little bit of the line of cars, and it was like, oh, that's like the dining room's busy again, and so it was cool. But you know what happened is that people, they were kind, and they said they put some money into the tip jar, and I kid you not, to the penny on what I spent on food for that first meal, that was the number of dollars that was in that tip jar. And I thought, okay, maybe this is what God wants me to do, because now we have money for next week. So we did next week. In the first week, we did Italian beef. The next week, we did pork chops. We did pork chop sandwiches. And we did the same thing. We invited people again. I got to call some of my regular customers, and I got to say, hey, you come on by Monday. Let me buy you dinner on Monday. You know, just checking in on you. And they did. They came by on Monday. And so that's how this customer appreciation started out. Now it's like a community meal, because it's growing each week. And I think last night we did 278 people that came through, and it was a blast. You know, we got this, the kitchen was rocking and rolling, and it was busy, and the commotion, and we had people packing up meals. And my daughter's 8-year-old Rosemary, she kept on screaming at the kitchen, keep it up, keep it up. There's cars lined up through the parking lot, keep it up. And so we got all through with it there, and we got to see so many people and so many like regular customers. I mentioned that table of old farmers that come in. We call them farmers, but that's our table 33. And I got to see Bob Ikey and Cliff Seldell and Jerry Sanderson. They came through, and I just said, we're going to have coffee. We're going to have coffee again, because we are going to reopen. And I can't wait to see you guys. So that's how this customer appreciation thing did. I think one of the weeks I was nervous because I had a lot of meals prepared. I asked Dawn Littlefield from the United Way to help me spread the word out there. She spread the word out there, and all of a sudden other people were calling us. They're saying, hey, what's the snack pack? Can I get some? And it's not, you don't have to be a customer. You just come. We are hospitality people. We're blessed. I'm able to do this. We have the wherewithal to do 250, 300 meals. I think now we're talking now, and it's just Memorial Day is next Monday. So the question is, what are we going to do on Memorial Day? And so what we're going to do on Memorial Day is we're not going to do 4:30 to 5:30 in the afternoon. We're going to do from 9 o'clock until 10 o'clock a.m., 9 a.m. until 10 a.m. We're going to invite the people to come for a customer appreciation breakfast snack pack. And I've been getting a lot of requests for these anyway. So it'll be scrambled eggs and bacon and sausage and pancakes in a snack pack box. And we can do these things. So we're prepared to do 300 of these on Monday from 9 till 10. And I hope that people that are watching this, that they'll give us a call. That's the only thing we ask, is just give us a call, because I don't want 600 people to show up and I have to tell people, 300 people, I'm sorry. So if you give us a call on Friday and Saturday this week, we've been taking Sundays off. So if you can give us a call on Friday and Saturday, get on the list. And, and that way I know that I think we're going to be at
make and
yeah, exactly. Last night we prepared for 275 people. We did 277. The last two meals we just whipped out on the fly. But that's what we want to do. And it's a blast. I love hospitality. I love food service. My cooks, they love to cook. We love the hustle and the bustle of the commotion and the chaos that's in a restaurant kitchen. And that's what we're getting now. So, I can see myself, I'm smiling as I say this, I'm getting chills, because that's what we do. We provide hospitality at the Lincoln Inn at Farandas. And that's what we're doing. And I love it. I love it too, because, of selfish reasons, a lot of people are like, oh, I never knew this place existed. And I'm like, yes, someday come on back. But it's been great. And the people have been good to us, because, I've had people, the Daily Chronicle put a very nice article out for us last week. And some people are calling me up. They're like, tell me about the snack pack, Bill. What is this? And I'm just like, it's on Mondays, I'm going to buy your dinner. And the lady's like, no. I'll come on Thursday. And I'm like, please come, because this is what we do. It's great.
And what is the phone number? I know you mentioned calling. How can people reach out, and when should they call? So it's happening on Monday morning. What time should they call, and what number? And what should they say? So they're getting this to, like, what do I say? I'm nervous, or just ask for food. What should they call? Like, are there numbers to press or different extensions?
Okay. Yeah. Well, you just call 815-756-2345. That's the Lincoln Inn number. With technology today, you call 815-981-3304. That's Faranda's number. And what happens with technology today is that these things, every phone rings, so my phone goes.
Both. They get kind of trying somehow, and
they get
They have
combined
the same number.
magically, and with the technology, we have Sundog IT services, and he's got it set up so I can make my cell phone ring, I can make my son's cell phone ring, I can make my office phones ring. So you just call 756-2345, call Faranda's number. You know what? But we normally ask that you call on Monday, and we take reservations from 9 o'clock on Monday until 4 o'clock on Monday, and we cut it off, and then we get ready to rock and roll from 4:30 to 5:30. Now this is a breakfast, so we're saying, why don't you give us a call on Friday if you think you're going to be here and you want to come through? Give us a call on Friday and let us know. And say, okay, this is Katrina. Put me down for 2 meals, and then hopefully you'll remember to come on Monday. We will be here Monday from 9 to 10. We'll be here Monday from 9 until they run out. But call us on Friday, call us on Saturday, and get on the list, and we'll zing them out, and then you'll get to see, now, of course, we're saying this now, it'll probably be raining and we'll all be miserable, but we'll do this best we can. We'll come by, and you come to Faranda's. Faranda's is located at 302 Grove Street. You enter the front of the parking lot. You just stay in line, just follow the pylons, and come right back to the back door, and we'll give you your meals. We'll go from there, and if it's like a normal week, you'll see a couple of McMahon kids running around. You'll see Valerie, who's been with me for many years. She's a great, a blessing in my life. She's been my bookkeeper since I've started this Faranda's project. But she's the one who calls up the people, and she loves it. She calls on Monday. She gets the job to call up our regulars that we want to see, Kathleen Robinson and Cliff Seldell and Chuck Shepard, and she gets to invite them. And people think that Valerie's great because literally Valerie's calling you up. She's like, "Can we buy you lunch?"
Oh.
And yeah, so that's good.
Way
So
to give back. And
yep, you get to see Valerie, who helps me behind the scenes. You get to see Shannon, who helps me run Faranda's, the banquet center, and she's been helping me with kind of transitioning this banquet center into a place where we can run the Lincoln Inn kitchen out of there. But give us a call on Friday or Saturday. We'll get you on the list, and we'll go from there. We'll see you on Monday from 9 o'clock till 10 o'clock. And if this is, I don't know where this video is going to end up, but if you're seeing this and it's not Memorial Day, then know that as long as this shelter in place is and our dining rooms are closed, we're going to do this. People are saying, how many times are you going to do this for? I'm like, we're going to do this forever. As long as we have no dining rooms on Mondays. I love restaurant business. What's been great is I've been closed on Sunday and Monday since this has started. So actually we're working a lot of hours, but we decided a lot of our business at the Lincoln Inn on Sundays is from church clientele. But churches, as you know, they're canceled. So that business, I believe it's not really there. So we decided to take Sundays off, and we took off Mondays, and then we just come in on Mondays and do the snack bags. So give us a call and then have us come by. If it's a regular Monday, it's going to be 4:30 till 5:30, and we ask you to call on a regular Monday from 9 till 4. You'll talk to myself, or you'll talk to Shannon, or you'll talk to Valerie. What I'm reading in the restaurant journals is you have to have your best people on the phones, the friendliest people, the people that love talking to people. And Valerie and Shannon, we love talking to people. I love talking. Sometimes I'm a little bit grumpy, and sometimes I'm a little disorganized. So Valerie and Shannon are the frontline ones. And if the phone rings the third time, you get to talk to Bill.
Yeah. You're right. And where will you be on Monday? You mentioned you'll see some of the other people, your coworkers. Where will you be? What will you be doing?
Good, bad, or indifferent. Unfortunately, I'm right out there. Because I miss these customers, and it is our chance that we can see them. So usually on Mondays, I'm at the back door, and when your car pulls up, Valerie's the bookkeeper, and she's the one with the list, and she says, "Okay, what's your name?" And she says, "Okay, Katrina's here, and you get 2 meals. Great." And then Shannon just makes sure that things go smoothly, and then Bill is the guy that puts the meals in your car.
So I actually get to see you and say hi and thank you.
Oh yeah, it has been it is that's where I'll be though, and I love it. I mean, I love one of the things I've loved about the restaurant business is Sundays at the restaurant. Sunday is our busiest day at the Lincoln Inn in the dining room. It's not our sometimes when it comes to overall business, because we have the banquet center, sometimes Saturday night will be the busiest because we'll do Saturday at Lincoln Inn all day long, and then we'll have a big wedding over here. But the body counts that come through the Lincoln Inn restaurant on Sunday, that's the day. And I love Sundays because it's just chaos. It's hopefully it's organized chaos.
The Sunday breakfast that everybody gets together and
Yep. And you get to see me in the thick of it.
Mhm.
Some days I'm in the window, I expedite the food going out, and some days I'm the guy that's pouring your coffee in the dining room. And and if the cooks are happy with me, some days they let me in the kitchen and I get to cook. Fine. But that's pretty rare.
Gotta wash the dishes and
But
get it done.
nowadays that it's over here, I guess, and I love people, so I'm the one that's out putting the meals in the car. And I honestly, I've been blessed in this community. I've been doing this for 26 years. Um, and our customers are so patient because with this, I never really had a restaurant experience background. I started off and it was ready shoot aim all the time. I would do something, I'd be like, oh, it could have made this better as if we would have done this. And my customers have been so patient as I've learned to do this.
The
Instead of,
learning curve and
yeah. But if you come, you'll see me out there. You'll see me out there putting the meals in your car. I'll have a
and
mask on, but you'll see
oh, that's
me.
good. And how going forward after all this is kind of over, how do you see the restaurant industry changing? What Nobody knows when it's going to open, when it will open, what will open, but what do you think will happen, and what do you envision the differences will be in your restaurant? So things from I saw places with mannequins or little inflatable dolls. I've seen that. I've also seen restaurants with shower curtains in between different
Yes,
tables
I've
and
seen
booths,
it too.
just to give some, I guess, a little bit of privacy, and looks like there's people in there. But that's why they use mannequins and things. But what will restauranting look like, or visiting a restaurant after all this? And how do you imagine people will react? Because people right now are also kind of afraid of actually going places. They don't like going to stores, or they're kind of nervous. So how will you deal with that as a restaurant owner, and what do you envision it will look like?
Okay, that's an excellent question. I mean, the restaurant world is changed. It's changed dramatically. The research that from I'm getting from my suppliers and the people that are in the know is, what it used to be. Why did you pick going to a certain restaurant on a certain day? You pick it because of the meal. You pick it because of the ambiance. You pick it there. I mean, really, what people want now, and what's going to be important to them is feeling safe. So we got it, and we need to keep you safe. Now, fortunately, restaurants, we're all food certified managers, we're certified food handlers and things like that. So we know a little bit about what it takes. But now it's going to be, not only do we need to run our A game in terms of sanitation and cleanliness and things like this, we need to show you and we need to convince you. So what you're going to see, I think, is you're going to see masks. I mean, our staff is going to be wearing masks. That's just a thing of our futures there. So you're going to see employees wearing masks. You're going to see a lot more hand sanitation. The hand sanitation really was going on in the past, but now it's going to be going on visibly.
Even up higher, at higher level than before.
If you were to come through last night when we did the drive-through pickup, whenever I had contact and I touched a customer, by if our hands brush or things like this, I had a bottle of hand sanitizer out there, and I would, it's from Whiskey Acres. We spray our hands with the hand sanitizer, and we sanitize it right there on the spot. So you're going to see that. You're going to see more spacing. You asked, what does I think it's going to look like? Honestly, what I think is going to happen, and I wouldn't be surprised. I'm toying with the idea. At Lincoln Inn, I have 4,000 square feet. But when restaurants first open up, I think that what we might do is we might open up inside the banquet center first,
Mhm.
because I have flexible seating over here, and I can take tables and make them be 10 feet apart
For
or 6 feet apart. So I have plenty of space. I have plenty of tables over here. So I think that's what you're gonna see from me is we're gonna see a facility over here where we have ample spacing between tables. We're not gonna have the salad bar out anymore. That's gone. We're not gonna have the ice cream machine in the dining room. If we're gonna offer ice cream machine, it's gonna be something where we're portioning out and we're using in the kitchen.
handing to them, or
Exactly. You're gonna see masks, hand sanitizer, and then just blatant, like, we always were clean, but now we're gonna show you how clean we are. That's what it's gonna be. And I think in the beginning too, I think we will be able to open someday, but it's not, maybe Katrina, you'd go out to eat, maybe Bill would go out to eat. but is 95-year-old Kay Robinson is she ready to come back into the dining room? And I think the answer is no. And so what I suspect is what I'm going to be doing is running the drive-through meals in the parking lot here, along with inside
In
dining.
addition to, so
I
it'll
think
be
so.
a supplement.
Because not everybody's, some people are high risk. I got, one of my customers is John DeLavo. He's 90 plus years old, and he comes cruising through here in his car. And I think that we're going to be giving John his meals in his car for, months to come. But I think that there are many people that are like, once those restaurants are opened up, I am coming out and I'm having a glass of wine with my dinner or two, and I'm going to enjoy the camaraderie. I'm going to enjoy the things there.
Being in the
So
restaurant setting as well. Yeah.
you're going
And
to see
has it
both. I mean, so
has it been difficult that other states are kind of opening slightly faster? Are you keeping an eye open to, how they are reacting to things? So I know Wisconsin, possibly some southern states, they're open. They kind of didn't close as much. Have you been keeping an eye to see what they do and keeping that on the back burner to see how you'll be opening and
I
just
think, yes, very much so. I mean, Wisconsin, they opened up with, I think they're allowed to open up with half capacity. And so that kind of gives us as to what is in the queue. And as much as I want to open, this is my livelihood. This is what my staff does. I think that we have to be careful. I think that I do not want anybody getting sick. So like, I think that we're lucky that we get to see the data from them. Okay, so Wisconsin did open up. Now let's see, are there cases
going
spiking?
up and you pay
Yeah,
attention
if
to.
they are, okay, can we back off there? So as much as I want to open up, I'm okay. I think that this will work out there. So we get to watch them, but I mean, but we're ready. We're ready. I mean, actually, as we speak, upstairs in the banquet center, we have the tables placed out, and we're ready to go. And if the local health authorities say, you know what, we can do an outside dining first, we'll do that first. But what we're going to do is we're going to do something that is safe for our guests and for our staff, and something that people are comfortable with. That's what we're going to do.
And do you think it'll ever be back to the old way? Because people now talk about the new normal. Do you think there is going to be a new normal? Do you think that people will, going forward, will be more health and safety conscious? They'll be more interested in sanitizing and wearing masks, wearing gloves. Do you see that changing? Do you see that just a continuation? What
I think
do
so.
you think
Yeah.
there is a new normal, or just again having it on the back burner and always having that idea that there are viruses out there, this could happen again, um, or it could be the coronavirus again, you don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I do think this is a normal, what in the restaurant field, and if you were asked the know-it-alls that study restaurants, what they were telling independent restaurants like myself is that, what, down the road, this is coming, more of this, and we've seen it in the last year or two, more Uber Eats, more people calling up using apps to not come to your restaurant, but to have the meals delivered to them. So all of us, independent of coronavirus, have seen in the last year Eat Street come into town, DoorDash, Uber Eats, this service, and guys like me, I'd be like, I don't have a pizza delivered to my house because I have to go, and when I go pick up a pizza, I don't go through any drive-through. I need to go in and see the place. So that's my generation. I think that it's already been coming, that people are more like, I want to enjoy my Starbucks and I want to enjoy it at home, and I'm going to pay $15 to have this delivered to me. That already was coming. I think that this coronavirus has made this happen.
Sped it up a little bit.
And so guys like Bill McMahon, if you came to the Lincoln Inn in the last year and you didn't finish your omelet, we always had to-go boxes for you there. They were probably a very cheap white to-go box, a very cost-effective white to-go box, because for me, I focused on providing enjoyable dining experiences in our dining room. But this is now what's happened is, I can tell you, like, what I'm buying now for my to-go boxes, they're microwave safe. Yeah, they're sturdy. It's costing me, instead of costing me 13, 14 cents, it's costing me 60, 75 cents for the packaging of my to-go stuff. This was coming in either way. And that's what the restaurant gurus were telling us, like, in 10 years, this is coming. Well, guess what? It's here now. And I think that is to stay. So more people will be using drive-through delivery services, and more people will be using Uber Eats, more people will be using these things here. So
The
yeah,
apps.
and so it already was coming. I think in the restaurant world, this is just expedited it. It's here now, and so we're going to do a lot more business. You know, we back when Eat Street made their big debut in DeKalb, it was probably about 2 years ago. They sat with me and they said, you know, this is what we want to do. This is how much we propose to charge the restaurant, and this is how much we, you know, how much we propose to increase your business. And I remember thinking about it, and I'm thinking, like, you know, I'm a restaurateur, my friend, and honestly, in restaurants, we shoot to make 10 cents on the dollar. That's what we shoot for. So if you come to the Lincoln Inn and you have a Lincoln Inn special and a cup of coffee, and you spend $10, if I did my job right, what I hope to make is 10 cents, or I'm sorry, $1, 10 cents on the dollar, right? So these DoorDashes and these Uber Eats, they're asking for 30 to 40%. And so with them, I would be like, this makes no sense. If I'm making, you know, I'm trying to make $1 and you want $3, that mathematically doesn't make sense. And I think what a lot of restaurateurs, they're finding themselves, it's like, well, we can ignore that because these are incremental sales. Well, now these are our sales.
Because you
And I
only
think that
sale because people aren't
it's
coming in.
and so you're what these restaurants, if you signed into a bad contract with Uber Eats or DoorDash or anything like this, you are actually going backwards on some of these sales because they're not incremental sales anymore. These are your sales. This was coming, and now, well, hopefully what will happen is that the DoorDashes of the world, the Uber Eats, the meal delivery services, it'll be more equitable. Or guys like the Lincoln Inn, you know, one of your questions that you had sent me is like, how can you order? Well, I now have my online ordering site that's all our own. It's our store. So if you go to that, the Lincoln Inn is still getting 100% of your, you know, if you go to the Lincoln Inn to go and you order something and it's for pickup, we still get 100% of that revenue.
And is it your delivery? You have a delivery person that goes out.
It's a McMahon kid. It's one of my children that are living at home. Yes, we deliver it, or else it's Bill, or else it's Shannon. But yeah, it's one of us. So we're doing in-house deliveries now. Yeah.
And why is that important? That you yourself, your children, your coworkers, your employees, you're doing it, and not a second-hand, third-hand party, but they'll get to see one of your kids. They'll get to see yourself or your wife, or, they'll get to see somebody tied into the restaurant, and they'll get to see you. Like I said, with the drive-through, they get to see you. They get to say thank you, shake your hand, wave hi. That it's personal.
We bump elbows these days.
Yeah.
Handshaking. Yeah.
Keep no handshakes.
Yeah. Oh, it is important. I mean, this is, I mean, people are talking about, what about the small businesses? I know we need to be safe, but this is killing small businesses. But we will make it through. We will make it through. So, but if you order from the Lincoln Inn and if you order the Lincoln Inn to go, you are providing a local business with jobs. I've been able to keep all of my full-timers on. My part-timers, most of them are still with us, but albeit it's very, very part-time now. On Friday nights and on Saturday nights, when we have the more crowd coming through, I can schedule more of the kids coming through here. But it is great when the phone rings and somebody orders something, whether it be for dining in or for delivery, you are providing us with jobs.
And what would you like to say to your customers, whether they be loyal, long-time customers, or just coming through on Mondays for the customer appreciation snack packs? What would you like them to know? What would you like to say to them? And anybody else who is listening that maybe has no idea what Farandas or the Lincoln Inn are?
Okay. I would, first thing I'd like to say is I really miss my customers. And if you are a Lincoln Inn person that's out there, I'm surprised at how much I missed you, because like I work there 7 days a week, and sometimes you'd be like, the customers drive you bonkers, but I miss them. I miss talking to Roger at the counter, and I miss talking to Kathleen Robinson, and I miss George and Ginny Zeiters. They would come in every Friday, and they'd have the Lincoln Inn special, and I wouldn't really talk to them all that much. I would just pour them coffee. I would kind of oversee to make sure they got the right meal, but I miss them. I miss seeing how the soup is. I'm the guy that makes the soup over at the restaurant. I would I'd see people eat the soup, and I'd ask them, how's the soup? And they would tell me it, and I got some great customers, and they tell me how it is. Oh, it's too salty today, Bill. The broccoli's too mushy. But I miss them in Trent. So that's the first thing is, and I'm surprised how much I miss them. And that's what started the customer appreciations. That's what it was like, we have to call Rodney and Eileen. Why, how are they doing? So I miss them. I want to tell them thank you. Since we've been here, I have been so blessed, and I realized that how lucky we are, because the customers, I've seen a lot of them come through, and they say, we will be there for you there, and when you reopen, we will be back. So I want to tell them thank you very much. I mean, this has been hard on all of us, on small business people and on entrepreneurs in particular. But I want to say thank you for the support. They've been there with kind words. They've been there with financial support. They've changed their patterns of, and they can go to Culver's and they can go to Portillo's. These places are set up for these meals, but instead they chose us, and they're coming through us. And sometimes, you know what? It's a little bit, it's not quite as smooth, but we're learning the system there. So thank you very much. I want to tell them to stay positive. We will get through this. We will get through this, Sarah. And I think that, God has a plan for all of us, but we're going to get through this. And, we will, we just have to stay positive, and we have to be kind to each other. We can complain about, I think that Illinois should be open sooner, and I think this, and I think that people are standing too close. But I think we just have to be positive and be like, okay, you know what? I had a customer come through last night, and I was wearing this mask, and I get excited, and I think my mask was down below my nose, and it was Harold Grafe, and Harold, he's like, Bill, raise your mask up a little bit. And I just was like, yeah. And as he left, Harold's a minister, and he gave me a Lutheran blessing there. I was like, oh. So anyway, but stay positive, and it's things like that will get us through. We live in a great community, and that's all. I could say more, as you know.
Okay. Good. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me, and to talk to all the listeners and readers out there. Thank you. And if you can repeat once again all your contact information and your location, this way people can take notes if they have pen and paper ready. This way they can know all about you and where to go to order.
Sure. If anybody's listening and watching this long, thank you very much. All right. I am Bill McMahon from the Lincoln Inn. The Lincoln Inn is located at downtown DeKalb at 240 East Lincoln Highway. Right now, though, to make things more confusing, we are operating out of Faranda's Banquet Center. Faranda's Banquet Center is the banquet center located at 302 Grove Street in downtown DeKalb, just one block south of the Lincoln Inn. We operate out of there because the parking is better. The lot is a straight shot through there, so we don't have lines. I think the Chronicle photographer was over there, and he was taking photos. We weren't blocking any traffic because we're all in our parking lot there. But Faranda's is located at 302 Grove Street in downtown DeKalb. That's where you'll do the meal pickups. Probably, I would guess, when things open up, that's where Lincoln Inn will reopen. Our dining room at Lincoln Inn will probably reopen at Faranda's. Our website is www.thelincolninn.com and www.farandas.com. If you get to either of those websites, you can find out how to order food online. Our direct online site is Lincoln Inn to Go. So Lincoln Inn to Go brings you right to our online ordering site, and you can click on the ham and cheese omelet, the tuna melt, and all those things there, and you can pay for it all online. We can deliver it to your location, or you can come pick us up. Anything else?
Perfect. No, I think that is it. The one last thing is phone number. I don't think you mentioned that.
815-756-2345.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Bill, for taking the time to talk to me. And thank you for everybody for watching and listening. It's nice to see everybody. Stay healthy and safe. Thank you.
Goodbye.